Assalamualaikum everyone. It was the year of 1914 when a child of 7 years was playing in a village of Japan. While playing, he saw a machine of 4 wheels. It was a dummy car seen by this child. After seeing this dummy car, this boy was very wondered at this car. It was the day when the child firstly met and got interest in mechanical vehicles. The name of this kid was Soichiro Honda. Gentlemen, in 1906 near Mount Fuji in Japan, Soichiro Honda was born and his father was a cycle mechanic. Soichiro had 5 siblings and they were already died. Therefore, the parents of Soichiro used to love their kids too much as compared to other parents. But Soichiro was not interested in his study, but he was very interested in the preparing of cycle with his father. When he was only 16 years old, he saw an advertisement on a paper. Art Shokai Name's Automobile Services was hiring the employer. After seeing this, Honda wrote a letter and sent it to the given address for the job. And fortunately, Honda received a positive answer from their side. It was the time when Honda left his home and school and also his parents to earn money and to learn only, and went to Tokyo for earning and learning more. Honda's heart was broken badly when he reached this automobile services station because the owner of this automobile services station gave him job of sweeping and playing with his kids. Honda could not do anything in this moment. He was very ashamed of the returning to his village and could not do anything in this time. He did not have the courage to face his parents, and that was the reason that he was doing the same job constantly. After a few months, the owner of Art Shokai started taking the work of the shop. Honda was very interested in this work since his starting, so he was very versed in this work and he was learning everything accurately and easily. In the next few months, he had known too much about the vehicles and its engine systems. In the duration of his work, the Honda made 2 cars. One was Art Daimler and second was Curtiss. Both of them were made by the two old cars' engine. And this Honda's made car took first position in the Japan's Motor Car Championship in 1924. In this race, Honda was in the racing car as a mechanic. In 1928, the owner of Honda established his one more branch. This branch was in Hamamatsu City, and Honda was given the responsibility of this branch. In this time, the age of Honda was 22 years old. Honda made this shop very famous in only 2 years, and there were 30 workers being led by Honda. Honda made one special car for his owner. It could travel with the speed of 120 km per hour. It was a new record in Japan history. For the next 8 years, it was the baddest time for Honda when during a car racing. In 1936, Honda got injured in an accident in which Honda's arm, elbows were badly damaged and his shoulder was also dislocated. After this accident, the doctor told him that he will not be able now to do work as the work was being done by him in the previous time. When the Honda had been recovered properly, then he told his Art Shokai's owner that Honda is not able to do the same work. And he also told his owner that he is not able to take the part in the next racing championship. Along with that, Honda requested his owner to open one more branch of his company in which the parts of the vehicle made. But the owner of Honda immediately rejected his idea because he was already getting much benefits by his some branches, so he did not want to take any more risk. That's why Honda decided to open his own company, and finally in 1936, Honda with his friend established his own company named as Tokai Seki Heavy Industries, and it was the time for the progress of Honda. Gentlemen, please subscribe my channel named as TAIMOOR Raza to live connected. Honda made his company's president to his friend named as Soichiro Kapo. They had opened the company, but they did not have money for investment in that. Honda used to work in Art Shokai in the day, but in night he used to make engines for his own company. He was working over these routines since previous 6 months, but he did not get any success. He became very weak by working constantly day and night. To become good in the metallurgy, he took the admission in a university. After hard work of 3 years, he got success in the making one piston. He left his job from Art Shokai and started making the piston in his full time, but he did not know that where he is committing the mistake again and again. There were so many mistakes and defects in the made pistons by him. He offered his piston to Toyota company. Toyota rejected his 47 pistons designs out of 50. It was a shocking news for Honda because he did not have any way of returning. He started to go to different companies to understand the requirement of the companies. After some years of traveling to different companies, after 3 years, Honda made once again pistons, and this time pistons were perfect. And these made pistons passed all the requirements of the companies. The Honda started getting so many orders. Honda hired 2,000 workers in his company for the completion of the given orders. Honda was seeing his dream toward the completion, but it was the temporary because in 1941 Japan jumped into the World War II, which was started in 1939. In this World War II, ministry took so many companies under his control, and one company from the rest of the captured companies was the company of the Soichiro Honda. Honda was downgraded and became senior managing director in his own company. It was more regretful when Soichiro Honda's workers were being taken the work of military. Next 3 years were very difficult, but in 1944, Honda's hope were properly broken because during air combat, one missile was dropped on the company of Soichiro Honda, and it broke the Honda's company properly and Honda internally. And then again in 1945, the Japan was attacked twice by nuclear bomb. The name of bombs were Fat Man and Little Boy, and the location of the bombs were Hiroshima and Nagasaki mountain range of Japan. These attacks broke the backbone of Japan, and the Japanese surrendered front of Americans. After 5 years, this war was finished, but Honda had lost his everything. Honda sold his remnant pistons and materials to the Toyota company with the cost of 4,50,000 yen. Yen is the currency of Japan. Once again, Honda became jobless. It was not the condition of Honda only. Even entire Japan was suffering the same condition. Economy of Japan was going constantly down, and increment in cost of foods and clothes broke everyone. Japan was facing the worst crisis in this time. Honda got an engine of military transport, but it was not usable. That's why he prepared it and joined it in a cycle to resolve his problem of the transport. Peoples were very wondered at this idea of Soichiro Honda, and they also required. But Honda had some old engines, but demands were too high than the availability of the engines. That's why Honda on started to design his engines, and it was the first time in Japan's history when on a transport engine logo of Honda was seen. Honda did not have enough amount for the preparation of the engines, so he wrote a letter and copied it just like the print. and sent it to the 18,000 shopkeepers. People had believed in Honda. That's why 3,000 shopkeepers gave him positive answer and sent him money as advance money. In the next 3 years, Honda made his one bike according to the requirement of the market. Name of this bike was Super Cub. This model was very successful. It left behind the selling record of America's company named as Triumph and Harley Davidson. Because Honda was very interested in the racing, that's why he decided to make the racing bikes. That's why he started to going to racing sport, and he used to note down the system of the engines of the winner bike. In the next some years, Honda racing bike was prepared and able to be driven, and he chose a good driver for the fast driving of his bike. And finally, Honda won the racing international competition in 1962 and got first position. This victory made Honda more famous and popular among the people and the businessmen of the vehicles. In the entire world in 1966, Honda became the most popular company for the preparation and mint of the bike. After 62 years, Honda had got this success, but the dream of Honda was still incomplete. Soichiro Honda wanted to make a cars company, but in that time Toyota and Nissan companies were already famous. So making the new place in market for himself was very difficult. He launched his first pickup truck, T360. It was totally flopped, and then Honda launched a sports car, S500, but only 1,300 units were sold of this car. After dozens of rejections and a lot of failures, finally in 1972 Honda Civic was launched, and in 1980 this company was third biggest company of the Japan. After only 10 years, this company became the third largest company of manufacturing of the car in the world. After launched Honda Civic in 1973, Honda took the retirement from the company, and on 5th August 1991, Soichiro Honda left his world forever and met his real world. I hope you will like this presentation of TAIMOOR Raza's channel. Gentlemen, look after yourself, and it's goodbye.